the voice and text market virtually reached a commodity position. 100% population penetration, a number of operators, pretty much equal share across the market share, and so the opportunity to increase customers and to earn more margin each year suddenly evaporated. But mobile broadband has given us another growth opportunity equal to or probably even greater than what we had in voice. It's just up to us to run it the best way, and for each of us as operators to run our business more efficiently and more effective. And that's one of the reasons that 3 is putting so much effort into, as we said, mobilising the internet, to really understanding how these new services really come into place and how you connect people to the internet and how we recognise what our customers want to do and recognise what they want to do and deliver it. So when our customers said, yes, we want a Google, yes, we want a Skype, yes, we want instant messaging, we say, right, it's our job to make sure you can do it. And that's what we've done, and it's proving very successful. You have to compliment you on the summit. It's been very good. Excellent speakers and a good mix of subjects. And in these times, that's not common in conferences. So the material is good. And so you see really good views from what the vendors are talking about. You see a range of views from operators. And it's very collegiate in that respect. There are very similar views emerging from lots of different sectors. And that's really important in trying to plot one's way through difficult times and to make really good strategic decisions. A conference like this really starts to focus again on the relevance of technology versus service. And this morning we have seen a mixture of presenters, some who have said actually LTE is going to solve all the problems, and then we've got some other views who say actually it might be a little bit more difficult. And certainly from my perspective, I think that there are not big changes in the customer experience from LTE compared with HSPA. And so in difficult times, I think it's unlikely that operators will go for big rollouts of LTE early, because they'll need to exploit the capex that they've already provided to HSPA. And HSPA is turning out to be extremely successful. Huge ecosystem, huge uptake, 1,000 handsets, dongles and devices. And we're now seeing all of the hopes which we originally looked at for 3G. So I think perhaps caution now, careful with the money, act prudently, and then let's strengthen LTE so that it is able to be introduced at a time when we've really made the money and we've got our internet world well in place using HSPA. One must not underestimate the complexity of running multi-technology platforms. We learnt in UMTS just how difficult it was to take a wideband CDMA, merge it with GSM and provide transparent, seamless, ubiquitous service for our users. And it took us probably 3 to 4 years to really get to the bottom of that. And I suspect that if we add another technology like LTE on top of it, or LTE on top of HSPA on top of GSM, the problems are going to be very, very significant. And as I said in the conference today, I would urge the people who are setting up trials to really trial it exhaustively. Not just small trials, but significant trials with hundreds of base stations, because at the end of the day, the customer will be disenfranchised and the technology will fail. I don't think the radio interface technology is going to change the business model. But the business models do need to change to encompass the opportunities provided by the internet. Mobilising the internet, and that's what we're doing at 3, is a major change in direction in the mobile world. We are taking mobile and adding it to the internet world rather than taking internet and adding it to the mobile world. And there are different business models in the internet, and they are quite fundamentally different to what's operating in the voice and text market. And actually stepping through those changes and both incremental and structural change in business models represents a major challenge for everybody in the mobile industry. And I think I'm delighted to be with 3 who's chosen to really push those boundaries and to put flat rate tariffs out to challenge the way that that services are charged. And customers are responding, and they like it. It's interesting thinking about what happens when you introduce new services and new technologies. And certainly in the computer industry, we went from mainframes to minis to PCs, and a lot of people claimed ultimate disaster, the collapse of the mainframe business. But in fact, new segments were created. And I think that's exactly what's happening in mobile, is that mobile internet is actually a completely new business to fixed internet. Now, that means that, okay, what do you really need to have a successful mobile internet business? And maybe we don't need the very high data rates. I mean, certainly relatively modest data rates will do 80% of all the internet services that the mass market, the majority of people will do. So I think it's more about trying to match the services and having enough data bandwidth, not to a few customers, but to every customer. And I think the clue is actually trying to have broadband coverage to everybody, everywhere. And if that figure is 2-3 megabits, then so be it. But certainly 2 to 3 megabits of broadband services, access to the internet, easy to use handsets, really quick, efficient, creative service tariffs, business innovative products is going to bring us a mobilised internet. I think that's more important than the raw data rate.